proud to present Israeli Salad each week. Israeli Salad brings Israel to you and you to Israel. So be part of our project. Support Israeli Salad and help us spread the word about life in Israel. To support Israeli Salad, please contact us at yoni@israelnn.com or call 972-3918-5554. And we thank you in advance for your support.
Hi everyone, Neve Dekalim, the capital of Gush Katif, Shavei Israel, bringing Jewish descendants back to their roots, Street Language, a vibrant cultural event in Jerusalem, and the G150, the new pride of Israel in the field of aviation, today on Israeli Salad. Shalom and welcome to Israeli Salad. This program is being recorded on a day when Gush Katif has been sealed off by the IDF and Jews are being prevented from entering the area. The town, which is considered the capital of Gush Katif, is Neve Dekalim. Like the rest of the communities in Gush Katif, Neve Dekalim, which is the home to more than 500 families, is also slated for destruction under the government's eviction plan. Mark Kaplan takes us now to Neve Dekalim, where we'll meet Rachel Saperstein, a resident of Gush Katif.
When we came here and we saw the beautiful sand dunes and the sea, and the people were so friendly and warm, we decided this was our new home. It doesn't take very long to decide to put your bodies where your beliefs are. And we came to Gush Katif.
In 1983, on the sand dunes overlooking the Mediterranean shore, Neve Dekalim was established. There are many educational institutions in the community, kindergartens, elementary schools, and more. Neve Dekalim is the largest Jewish community in the Gaza Strip, with over 500 families. For this reason, it is considered to be the capital of Gush Katif. It contains all the government offices, banks, the supermarkets, and a number of businesses.
Gush Katif means farms, means agriculture, and each of the communities here is a moshav unto itself. Neve Dekalim is the township. We supply the schools, the community centers, and that's what Neve Dekalim is. We're a city. We're the city.
Despite being the large city of Gush Katif, Neve Dekalim has a tight-knit community and a small-town atmosphere.
People here are volunteer. They're people who volunteer. Everybody volunteers. Each of the people here, they're special in that way, is that they seem quite ordinary. And then when you dig just a little bit deeper, you find extraordinary people.
Neve Dekalim has been the target of many missile attacks and mortar shell attacks. However, the residents gain strength from these attacks.
You have to understand that we have been living in a war situation for the past 4.5 years. We've been bombarded. We've been bombarded with mortars, with rockets, and it's been a difficult time. But because we believe that this is our homeland, this is our biblical homeland, we stay here. We don't run away. You have amazing people over here, people with a great deal of belief, people with a lot of emunah, belief in God. And we saw miracles here, great miracles. We've been hit with over 6,000 mortars, and unfortunately, one resident was killed. And this tells us a story. It says that God's watching over us here in Neve Dekalim, in fact, in all of Gush Katif. And that's one of the reasons we know that there isn't going to be a disengagement, because if the good Lord had wanted us out of here, he would have killed us. And if the good Lord had wanted us out, we would have had to leave, but we didn't leave, and we weren't killed.
Residents of Neve Dekalim are not only strengthened by the day-to-day miracles, but since the Prime Minister announced his eviction plan, they see the hand of God even in their private gardens.
As you can see, my garden is growing. It's beautiful. We have the beautiful grass. We see the beautiful, my geraniums are doing extra specially beautiful this year. And I tell you, most people have been telling me the same thing, that this year their gardens are growing and flourishing even far more than they've done in the past. And we could flourish, and we could flourish together.
Before our next item, a few words of history. After the death of King Solomon, the people of Israel split into two kingdoms, Israel in the north and Yehuda in the south. The 10 tribes that made up the kingdom of Israel were forced into exile by the Assyrians and scattered throughout the Assyrian kingdom. The understanding is that these tribes completely assimilated throughout the years. Since then, many groups in many locations throughout the world have claimed that they are a part of the 10 lost tribes. Many of the groups even carry out traditions that resemble Jewish traditions. Of course, to find the actual 10 lost tribes, a lot of research is necessary. The Shavei Israel organization performs thorough research to find descendants of the 10 lost tribes of Israel, as well as other Jewish descendants whose ancestors have assimilated many years ago.
Michael Freund has visited India 5 times. In India, Michael met a group of local residents and he learned about their interesting heritage.
They had an old tradition that whenever there was a natural disaster of some sort, the men of the village would emerge from their homes and they would turn to the heavens and they would chant, "The children of Menashe still live, the children of Menashe still live," as if they were trying to appease the heavens by showing that they had not forgotten who their ancestors were.
The Bnei Menashe are believed to be one of the 10 lost tribes of Israel. The Shavei Israel organization is involved in bringing the Bnei Menashe back to their roots. Shavei Israel, which means Israel returns, serves as the starting point for anyone with Jewish roots or ancestry yearning to return to the Jewish people.
We work with communities in a range of countries, which include the Bnei Menashe of northeastern India. We also work in Spain, Portugal, and Brazil with the Bnei Anusim, or the Marranos, as historians refer to them. These are people whose ancestors were forced to convert at the time of the Spanish Inquisition, and many of their descendants are now coming back to the Jewish people.
The organization also works in China, Russia, Peru, and other countries throughout the world.
Here in Jerusalem, we have one of the only Spanish language conversion and return institutes in the country.
The organization's activities include 2 educational centers in India where around 850 students study Hebrew and Judaism, the building of mikvahs, Jewish ritual baths, the translation of a variety of Jewish books, and the placing of rabbis in Spain, Portugal, and Brazil. These rabbis carry out outreach to local Marranos. Although many of them are considered not Jewish, as their ancestors have gone through complete assimilation, the Jewish descendants are defined as Zerei Yisrael, the seed of Israel, and they are considered already closer to Judaism than other non-Jews.
These people have a biological and historical connection to us, and they have a strong Jewish identity.
My
My mother told me when I was a child that our family had Jewish roots. At the beginning, I didn't give it much significance. I remember that when I was very young, she secretly sent me to learn Hebrew.
Most of the people we deal with, in fact, have to undergo a process of conversion or return in order to remove any doubts regarding their status.
According to what I thought, I didn't really need a conversion, but I couldn't find any document or certification that could prove my story. And so, after years of searching and self-commitment, I reached the conclusion that I must convert to Judaism.
It is always a dream to make Aliyah, to settle here, and then to live according to Halakha, according to Torah, every day.
When you meet with these people, when you see the sincerity and the commitment that they have, the desire that they feel to become Jewish again, it is inspirational.
Shavei Israel presents to Jewish descendants the possibility of conversion to Judaism. However, the organization sees much value in the connection with the descendants of the Jewish people, even if they decide not to return to Judaism.
I think it's in our interest to cultivate these groups, to keep the connection strong between us, even if the people themselves are not interested in conversion. We benefit by having more friends out there in the big wide world.
Sephardic Chief Rabbi Shlomo Amar recently made a halachic ruling that determined that the Bnei Menashe are Jewish descendants.
Both the Jewish people and the state of Israel are facing demographic challenges. And yet we have these people knocking on our collective door, asking to be allowed in. It's time for us to open that door and to enable them to do so.
Working in complete accordance with Jewish law and under the ongoing supervision of the Chief Rabbinate of the State of Israel, Shavei Israel believes that they are part of the fulfillment of a prophecy.
We know from the prophets that towards the end of days, God is going to bring back from the four corners of the earth His people. And we know that the Jews, meaning those from Judah, us, would return first. And we would then play a part in bringing back our lost brethren from the other 10 tribes. And most of the work will be left for the Mashiach to do, of course. But we are just trying to do our part.
Shavei Israel uses the internet as well to help bring the Jewish descendants closer to the Jewish nation. Through their website, www.shavei.org, Shavei Israel is creating virtual communities on the internet, where those seeking to return to the Jewish people can find guidance and concrete answers. They accomplish this through the use of electronic forums, mailing lists, educational material, as well as live virtual chats with rabbis, scholars, and historians. Our program, Israeli Salad, is approaching its 100th program, broadcast on the web. We want to invite you all to send us your greetings and comments by email. Send us an MP3 file with an attached photo to yoni@israelnn.com. That's yoni@israelnn.com. And be part of the 100th edition of Israeli Salad.
Be sure to visit the Israeli Salad website. On the Israeli Salad site, scroll through all the editions, see what topics were presented on each program, and simply click on the icon to watch your favorite program. Also, watch all our fantastic music videos featured right here on Israeli Salad. So be sure to click on www.israelnationaltv.com/salad.htm. That's www.israelnationaltv.com/salad.htm. salad95.htm.
One of the events that took place during Hebrew Book Week this year was an event called Sfat Rechov, or street language. On June 22nd and 23rd, the street of Emek Rephaim in Jerusalem, an area with many cafes and restaurants, became a pedestrian mall with a lively cultural event. Thousands came out to the vibrant area of the German colony in Jerusalem to enjoy the summer night with performing artists who strolled through the streets, films that were presented at different locations, lots of good food that was taken out of the restaurants to the street, and plenty of stands with artistic merchandise. Many participants saw this event as the beginning of the summer's cultural events that will be varied to fit the different kinds of people that visit or live in Jerusalem.
We're here to have fun and give other people fun.
Oh, I think it's just wonderful. What do you think about it?
I see here tonight all kinds of people. There's native Israelis, immigrants from every place, some tourists.
It's nice to see everybody out having a good time on a summer evening.
It's really nice. It's really cultural.
See the joy of the people, see the simcha of the people. It's really wonderful. I hope this whole long summer we'll be so happy here in Jerusalem.
You know, it's just nice to see that everyone can get along no matter what their views on religion is.
And you know what? All of you English-speaking people from the US and Canada, England, all over, you should come over and see the simcha here, and then you stay here.
And now another Made in Israel segment. This time we're looking at the aviation industry as we meet a new development of Israel Aircraft Industries, or IAI. Let's meet the G150.
On May 3rd, 2005, the G150, Israel Aircraft Industries' newest business jet, took off on a maiden flight.
This aircraft is designed in the mid-size category, designed to fly from coast to coast at a high speed with up to 7 passengers.
The long-range performance enables the jet to reach almost all European destinations from Tel Aviv without stopping. The G150 has new spacious cabin design, and it can accommodate 6 to 8 passengers in a choice of several cabin configurations. The G150 was flown by project test pilot Yoram Geva and Israel Aircraft Industries chief test pilot Ronen Shapira. The pilots tested the jet's flight handling qualities and characteristics. The airplane was flown to 20,000 feet and achieved a maximum speed of 250 knots. According to the pilot's reports, all the objectives of the flight were accomplished. By early 2006, the jet will be certified by the Israel Civil Aviation Authority and the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration. After the certification, the G150 aircraft will be manufactured at the facilities at Ben Gurion International Airport. The developers of the G150 are very proud to represent Israel in the field of aviation.
The state of Israel is involved in the design and manufacturing of aircraft for more than 40 years. Israel is very well known as one of the leaders in the world in terms of aircraft design and manufacturing. We already design and manufacture more than 600 aircraft that are flying all over the world.
So if you're interested in a G150 for your own use, check out IAI's website at www.iai.co.il. And now our weekly insight. Today we're discussing the Parsha, the portion of the week of Chukat. Shalom to Rabbi David Sampson in Jerusalem.
Shalom, Yoni, and shalom to all of our viewers around the world.
In this Parsha we read, "This is the law of the Torah which God commanded, saying, Speak to the children of Israel that they bring a red heifer. Without going into the details of the red heifer, why is this referred to as the law of the Torah, Chukat HaTorah?
Yoni, the entire concept of the red heifer is something mind-boggling, something that says King Solomon, the smartest and wisest of all men, couldn't fathom the depths of this precept. And that the idea is that it's based on something which is beyond human comprehension. And that as much as we like to be intellectual and we like to understand what we do, there is a certain point, if a person wants to really plunge into the depths of Torah, that he's going to have to leave the comprehension and go to somewhere beyond it. And that's why it says that Zot Chukat HaTorah. This is the fundamental axiomatic principle and the law of the Torah, understanding that there is something that we can't fully understand.
Thank you very much, Rabbi Samson.
The Weekly Insight is brought to you in cooperation with Machon Meir, the largest Zionist institute in Israel, bringing people closer to Judaism.
Okay, that's all for this week. Join us again next week for another edition. Until then, from all of us here at INN TV, Shalom.
Please send your comments, ideas, and questions to the Israeli Salad email, yoni@israelnn.com, or leave a message on the Israeli Salad voicemail at international dialing code 972-3918-5554. That's 972-3918-5554.